and gentlemen, and welcome to the Blair Youth Softball Complex, home of the Blair Bears. Tonight's varsity matchup features the Titans of Norris and your hometown Blair Bears. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, we'd like to thank you for joining us in supporting high school athletics. We remind everyone that good sportsmanship is expected by players, coaches, and fans alike. Let's keep tonight's game positive and respectful for all. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Titans of Norris. Leading off will be number 2, Reese Behrens. Batting second will be Liv Mackey. Batting third will be Myra Carlo. Batting fourth will be Haley McMurray. Batting fifth will be Leah Ozenbaugh. Batting sixth will be Keelan Yelkin. Batting seventh will be Ava Schmutt. Batting eighth will be Kenzie Siebold. Batting ninth will be Marley Pavelka. And the flex player will be number 3, Emery Bodner. And the reserve players will be number 5, Callie Grummett. Number 6, Kylie Rowland. Number 9, Riley Twarling. Number 11, Greeley Friedenberg. Number 13, Hayden Schupkagel. And then number 14, Kendall Stein. The Titans are coached by Kyle McMurray, assisted by Brett Behrens, Scott Cahoot, Bryant Nonnenberg, Chad Otto, Cami Parker, and Chris Wambley. And now for your Blair Bears. Batting leadoff would be Lainey Brown. Batting second will be Mia McLean. Batting third will be Caitlin O'Neill. Batting fourth will be Reagan Blatter. Batting fifth will be the catcher, J.C. Sheath. Batting sixth will be Emmy Hall. Batting seventh will be Taylor Munger. Batting eighth will be Tatum Macklin. And batting ninth will be London Larson. Your reserve players are Abby Leggett and Hannah Houghton. And at this time, we'd ask you please rise if you're able, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave
Check, check.
Check, check.
All right. Hello and welcome to another exciting softball game for Blair High School here on BSDN Live. My name is Craig Houghton. I'm assisted tonight by Heather Tupa. So she's back for game number 2. So thank you for coming back. Tonight we've got an exciting varsity contest between your Blair Bears, who come in with a record of 9-2, and the Titans of Norris, who come in with a record of 6-3. If you're think you're seeing double or maybe thinking deja vu, you would be right, because these two teams ended up playing each other just 48 hours ago, with Blair winning the final game of the Blair Invite over these Norris Titans. So tonight we've got a repeat in short order. Heather, what do you think about that?
I think that's it's pretty good. They've seen each other on Saturday. They get to play again.
Yeah, there should be no surprises, right, when these two lock horns. And so for the Blair Bears, we've got in the circle, we've got Tatum Macklin, the junior right-hander. She's facing Reese Behrens for Norris. The count is 1-1. That one's low and away, and the count goes to 2-1. And I got to admit, Heather, I'm kind of bummed that there's no students here to help run the scoreboard, so I'm going to have to do it myself here tonight. That one's up high, and the count goes to 3-1. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it was actually different pitchers in Saturday's matchup. That one's hit high out to left field. London Larson grabs it for out number 1.
She did a great job stepping back.
Yeah, absolutely.
First and coming forward for that.
Yep. So that's going to go as a fly out to left field. And that's going to bring up Liv Mackey. The windup in the pitch. That one's in there for a called strike 1. And so, Heather, the one trademark that Blair had in Saturday's 3-game winning streak was that they did a nice job drawing first blood in all 3, and I think that's so important. What do you think?
Yeah, getting ahead is always crucial, I think, and helps your pitcher so much.
For sure. And so now the count is 0-2. It'd be interesting to see what she brings right here. And right on cue, a ball up high. But in that situation, Macklin had 1 to waste, so that's not a bad pitch at all. The count's now 1-2. That one's fouled back. And so Mackey is the catcher. She's a senior. And you have to imagine, especially on that drive back to Norris and then back, that Saturday's games had to stick in the craw of a lot of these girls. That one's popped up.
Oh, good effort.
Oh, good effort there by Claire Anderson. She made a jumping attempt to catch it and was unsuccessful, so the count will remain 1-2 again, for Liv Mackey. And, oftentimes, at the college ranks and even at clubs, sometimes you'll play the same team. On that one's hit sharply to the shortstop, Caitlin O'Neill, who quickly fires over to Reagan Blatter for out number 2.
Good start to the inning. 2 up, 2 down.
No doubt. And so that one will go as a ground out. And so now up to bat is going to be Myra Carlo. She is infielder. Ooh, what a great changeup there by Macklin for strike number 1. But I think you're right. I think a quick start would do the Bears a lot of favors here. That one's hit sharply out to left center. Lainey Brown does a nice job calling off London Larson. And so it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Blair Bears. And they'll come up in the bottom of the first here on and we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back here to BSDN Live. Craig Houghton here with Heather Tupa. We're now coming into the bottom half of the first inning. And to set the lineup for the Bears, it will be Lainey Brown, followed by Mia McLean, followed by Caitlin O'Neill. Batting cleanup will be Reagan Blatter. Batting fifth will be J.C. Sheath. Batting sixth will be Emmy Hall. Batting seventh will be the designated player, Taylor Munger. Batting eighth will be Tatum Macklin. Batting ninth will be London Larson. And the flex player tonight is going to be Claire Anderson. And so that one was in there for a ball. And Heather, I know you weren't here, but Lainey really had herself quite the tournament on Saturday, where oftentimes she was leading off with lots of hits. That one's hit sharply up the middle, and she just keeps right on going. So that'll be a single for Lainey.
Max Preps just showing her batting average at 562.
Yeah, you know what? I think at one point during the tournament, she was batting 600. So very, very impressive start for the Blair Junior. This is going to now bring up Mia McLean, who plays second base for the Bears. And the thing I love about Mia is she's so versatile, right? The defense isn't sure whether she's going to slap, whether she's going to bunt, or swing away. And that puts just a ton of stress on the defense. And she's very, very disciplined at picking good pitches to swing at. So I really enjoy watching her.
It's good that Coach has a lot of threats with her to keep everybody on their toes.
Well, and the thing about it is, because they're in expecting the bunt, if she does decide to swing, she can blast it past the infield, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, and now we've got a visit to the mound by head coach Kyle McMurray. But I think the point goes without saying in that the more versatile you are, the more valuable you are, right? And McLean is really, really valuable because of the versatility that she brings.
I think she needs to wait here for a strike. I think it's 3-0, right?
It is. The count is 3-0. And so I think you're exactly right. If I'm McLean in this situation, I'm taking all the way, especially with a runner on first, hoping that you can draw first blood in this first inning. That one's in there for a strike. And a quick throw down to first, not in time. So Brown was back. And boy, we could have called that. So in the circle for Norris is number 2, Reese Barron. She's a senior. That one is a ball outside for a ball. And so that's going to be a walk for Mia McLean. And that's going to put runners in scoring position for Caitlin O'Neill. And you really like the Bears' chances right here, especially with 3, 4, and 5 up to bat for the Bears in this spot. That one's up high and outside for a ball. And so, Heather, back in the day, what position did you play?
Center field.
Center field, okay. The windup in the pitch. Caitlin offered a bunt there, but pulled it back, and it was a called strike. So the count is now 1-1. And that was a good piece of coaching there by Kyle McMurray to come out and visit his starting pitcher, calm her nerves, and, she's responded.
Yeah.
That one's low and outside for ball 2 to Caitlin O'Neill.
Do you bunt here again?
I think you might. Oh, that one's popped up. And, I may have just jinxed the Bears because Caitlin popped out, darn it, to the third baseman. So she's going to be recorded as the first out in this bottom of the first inning. And so that's going to bring up Reagan Blatter, who is the starting first baseman for the Bears. That one's hit, dribbled to first base. Or dribbled to the pitcher, thrown over to first base for out number 2.
She did a good job of moving the runners, though, to get them in scoring position. So 2 outs, we can have a rally here.
That's what I love about working with you, Heather. It's the silver lining, so good job. So that'll go as a ground out to the pitcher. And so that's going to bring up J.C. Sheath, the catcher for the Blair Bears. And J.C.'s got a lot of power, so we'll see if she can't put that to work in this spot. That first one is in there for a ball. That one's in there for a strike, and so the count goes to 1-1. Heather, could we have asked for a nicer night tonight?
It's a great night.
So that one swung on and missed by J.C. Sheath, and the count now goes to 1-2. I bet it's 75. Not much wind. And
perfect.
really a nice night to be out.
Mm-hmm.
The windup in the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strikeout, number 1 for Barons. That'll be that'll be it for the bottom half of the first inning. The Bears stray in 2, and we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
You are looking live at the Blair Youth Softball Complex. You've got Craig Houghton and Heather Tupa calling this varsity girls softball game between the Blair Bears and the Norris Titans. We are in the top of the second inning. The score tied at 0-0. Up to bat for Norris will be Haley McMurray. That one's in there for a strike.
Way to get a hit there.
Absolutely. And in the circle for the Blair Bears is Tatum Macklin, the junior. That changeup misses high, and so the count goes to 1-1. Heather, were you ever a pitcher? Never?
I mean, I tried, but
That one's popped up and out of play. So that will move the count to 1-2. Yep. If you want to be a pitcher, you really have to commit early, don't you?
mm-hmm. You do. It's a lot of work.
I've got a daughter who's 9, and she's interested in pitching. And we've had to have several conversations about what that's like. Oh, that one's fouled down the right field line. The count will remain 1-2.
Yeah, you got to be dedicated. You got to have lessons. There's so many dynamics to pitching.
Yep, and you have to have the resolve to, and the internal fortitude, right, to weather tough times, because you know they're going to come. That one's popped up. Caitlin O'Neill calls it, catches it with 2 hands, and that'll go out as out number 1 here in the top of the second inning.
It's a good start to the inning.
There you go. Okay, and so that's going to bring up Leah Ozenbaugh. She is a junior. That one's in there for a ball. So the count is quickly 1-0. But back to my daughter, we've had several conversations about what it's going to take to be successful. And at this point, she still wants to do it. So I guess we'll give her every opportunity. That one's in there for a strike.
Don't know till you try.
That's right. You don't know until you try. And all of the successful pitchers had to start somewhere, right? And Blair has certainly had a host of them over the years. That one's hit looped out for a single, so that'll go down as hit number 1 for the Norris Titans.
That was a great pitch, but the batter stayed back on it and went through it on that changeup. She did a good job.
Yep, no doubt. And that will bring up Keely Yelkin. Keely is a senior outfielder. And speaking of pressure, there we have it, right? Where, you give up a hit, now you got to deal with a base runner if you're Macklin. And Heather, I'm impressed by the Blair Bear faithful who are here tonight.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah, nice crowd.
Beautiful night.
Beautiful night, and people love to support a winner. That one was swung on and missed, so the count goes to 1-2. Or 1-1, excuse me. That one's outside for a ball. But people love to support a winner. And Blair has done that 9 times this year with just 2 setbacks.
And one for sure was the Class A team, right, Marion? Is that right?
For sure it was. That one's fouled down the third base line. And so the count will now be 2-2 to Keely Yelkin. And I was looking at the calendar just today, Heather. Literally, there's 6 weeks left in this season for softball. Because by the mid-October, the state tournament's going on and the season's over. So that one was down and away for a ball. And so that makes the count 1-3. And if you're Macklin, you got to bring your best pitch right here. Oh, she did just that. Yelkin hit it sharply down third base line, and it just curled foul.
It was close.
It was very close, and the Bears were lucky that one was foul, because that one probably could have been extra bases.
For sure.
So now we've got a full count, 1 out. That one's up high, and it's going to go down as a walk. And so now Norris, for the first time, has runners in scoring position.
1 out.
1 out, yep. Up to bat is Ava Shutt.
Oh,
That
good.
was hit hard to the shortstop, who snags it out of midair. So great play there by Caitlin O'Neill, because if that one would have got through, that definitely would have been a minimum of a double. So
Scoring one at least.
At least. So great job. So that's going to go as a fly out. And an out. That's going to bring up Kenzie Seabold, or Seabrand, excuse me, for her first at bat.
I like that pitch.
That one's outside for a ball. And so that count is 1-0. And, I think that's an interesting bit of strategy. Saturday, you pitched Leggett against Norris, right? And then you come back and you bring Macklin. So you showcase your top 2 players, or your top 2 pitchers. And that way there's not a ton of familiarity either way.
Because you'll see each other again next week in the EMC possibly, too?
Yeah, no
Is
doubt.
that next weekend? Or next Thursday, Friday? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep, that's right. That one's outside. And the count is now 2-1. That one's fouled back. And the count now quickly goes to 2-2. Yeah, Blair has a tournament this weekend. And then you're right, the following weekend is EMC, and I believe that's out in Hastings. That one's hit sharply to third base, or to shortstop, excuse me.
Good play.
Caitlin O'Neill fields it cleanly and throws over to first in time. And that will be the end of the top of the second, excuse me. With the score 0-0, we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. we are back on BSDN Live. You've got Craig Houghton and Heather Tupa calling this varsity softball game between your Blair Bears and the Norris Titans. Up to bat as we come into the bottom of the second inning will be the number 6, 7, and 8 batters in Emmy Hall, Taylor Munger, and Tatum Macklin. The score at this point is knotted at 0. And so, Heather, it'll be interesting to see who can get first blood in this game.
Yeah, hopefully our momentum for getting the 3 outs and no runs scored with 2 runners on base carries over to our bats.
Absolutely. That first one is in there for a strike against Emmy Hall. The second one's fouled. And the count is now 0-2. But you're right. I think whoever scores first is going to have a major advantage in this game. And so Barron's has got the early lead in this count. That one's hit to second base, who then flips it over to the first baseman. And so that'll go out as out number 1 here in the bottom of the second, excuse me. And this is going to bring up the designated hitter, or designated player, Taylor Munger. Taylor's a junior. That one's in there for a strike. And Heather Reese has really kind of calmed herself.
She's responded well to the coach's visit out to the mound.
No doubt. And it's a credit to Coach McMurray, who recognized that in his pitcher and has probably been through this multiple times with her over her career and just needed to settle her down. So really nice piece of coaching there by Coach McMurray. That one was inside. And so that'll go down as a ball. The count is now 2-1.
It was a good pitch.
That was awful close. The Norris faithful thought it was a strike. That one was high, but swung on. And so now the count will go to 2-2. Barons get the sign. And she hits it. So Munger hits it over to shortstop, who quickly throws to first for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second inning. And so now up to bat will be Tatum Macklin. Tatum is the junior pitcher for the Bears, and see if she can't help her own cause right here. Is that where you were going, Heather?
Yeah, base hit would be nice to help our own cause.
I stole the words right out of your mouth, didn't I?
It's okay.
That's all right. Okay, that one flew down the right field line and curves foul for strike number 1. And we've kind of got ourselves a bit of a pitcher's duel right here. I love it.
Pitchers and defense, because the defense has been helping out the pitchers.
No doubt. That one's low for a ball, and the count now is 1-1. And it's amazing how quick this game can go when there's not a lot of hits. That one's up high, and the count is now 2-1 to Macklin. 2 outs, bottom of the second. That one's hit out to right field. The right fielder comes in and didn't look like she caught it, so that's going to go down as a single for Tatum Macklin. And it looked like to me, Heather, that the right fielder kind of got a late jump on that, and that was just a well-placed ball.
Exactly. I think you're right.
Yeah. And so now the Bears will see if they can't start a 2-out rally with the left fielder, London Larson, now up to bat. That one's fouled off for strike 1.
Max Prep shows her batting average at 480, so let's see a hit out of her today.
No doubt. That's pretty impressive for the junior left fielder. That one's hit right to the shortstop, unfortunately, so that's going to go down as out number 3 for the Blair Bears in the bottom of the second inning. Score tied at 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
And we are back here on BSDN Live. You've got Craig Houghton and Heather Tupa calling this varsity softball action between Blair and Norris. Score 0-0. Up to bat will be the number 9 batter, Marley Pavelka, the number 1 batter, Reese Behrens, and number 2 batter, Liv Mackey. That one was low and away for a ball. That one's up high for a ball. Let's see if Macklin can't bring it right here. That one's in there for a strike. Nice pitch.
It's a great pitch.
Yep. To get the count to 2-1. And if you're Macklin here, you want to get this number 9 batter out.
For sure.
Right? You don't want to have to go to the top of the order with no outs. That one's fouled back. And so the count is now 2-2. That one's hit sharply to the right fielder, who caught it. Nice job there by Emmy Hall to snag that one.
No, I think they called it on the ground. She's safe at first.
Oh, safe at first. I'm sorry. I thought she had that.
Looked like it to me, too.
My bad. Okay, so that's going to go as a single then. For for Marley Pavelka. Coach Fangmeyer's out to question the call to the field umpire, who's explaining, looks like what he saw. Because from my vantage point, it sure looked like she caught it. However, that's not the way the umpire saw it.
Right. Positioning probably is everything, huh?
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially on that play.
That's a hard thing to see, especially from the home dugout. Nonetheless, it's going to go down as a hit. And so this is going to bring up the number 1 batter, Reese Behrens, who flew out to left field in her last at bat. Excuse me. And Pavelka did a nice job outright stealing in that situation. She stole successfully there. So now the count is 0-1.
JC had a nice throw down to second.
Yeah, no doubt. That one swung on, hit to the shortstop, who did a nice job looking the runner back. And so Reese Bodner is going to go down as an out, number 1 in the top of the 3rd. And so that's going to bring up Liv Mackey, who ground out to the shortstop in her last at bat. That one's hit to right field. That one's going to be off the fence, off right field, and that's going to bring in Marley Pavelka, and it's going to go down as a triple for Liv Mackey. Hall was kind of stuck there in no man's land as the ball caromed out to right field. it bounced off of the fence and ended up as a triple. And so Liv Mackey, who was on her horse there, made it all the way to third, allows Norris to draw first blood. And so the score is now 1-0. We're going to have a pinch runner for Norris. It's going to be Kylie Rowland, who's going to be in for Liv Mackey. It's a good piece of coaching there by McMurray to make the switch, right? And get somebody else into the ball game.
This is a big out here. You got one out, runner on third. We really need to focus on the batter here.
No doubt. And that's going to bring up Myra Carlo. That's going to go in as a ball. And I was hesitant, coming in today, thinking that it was gonna be a repeat of what we saw Saturday. That one, it goes in for a strike, and now the count is 1-1. Because these are, two, I think, pretty good teams. And there's a lot of pride on that Norris sideline. That one's up high.
Well, Saturday's game was it the third game of the day for everybody?
It was. Yep. So it's a completely different setting, right?
Right, for sure.
That one's up high. And the count is now 3-1.
Good pitch.
Swung on and missed. That's going to make the count full for Macklin versus Carlo. Carlo flew out to center field in her last at bat. That one's down, and that's going to go down as a walk.
So now you have one out, runners on first and third.
Yep. Kind of dangerous territory for the Bears. They need to see if they can string together some outs here. And this is going to bring up Haley McMurray, who flew out to the shortstop in her last at bat.
Was that the hard hit, nice line
I think it
drive
was.
that Caitlin jumped and...
No, I don't think so. I think that might have been Ava Shutt.
Okay.
But good memory. Heather, nice job. Okay, that one's in there for a ball. Oh, she squares to bunt, pops it back. And so that'll go down as a strike against McMurray.
All the Bears are moving on that one.
Yeah, good observation there, Heather. They certainly were. And so tell me, what's the play? If it does get bunted, do you take the out? Do you hold the runner? What do you do here?
I got to check. I feel like you got to check that runner at third first and then go to first.
I think so, too.
But you got to hold that runner if at all possible is what I think.
Yeah, no doubt, because you want to stem the tide here if you can and don't want to go down any more than 1-0. Macklin gets the sign. That one's popped up. Boy, couldn't have asked for a better play right there. Then to get an easy out, Reagan Blattert makes the catch. So that will go down as out number 2 in the top of the third inning. And that's going to bring up Leah Ozenbaugh. Leah in her last at bat got a single. That one she showed bunting. Took the strike all the way, so that'll go down as strike number 1. But in the meantime, Myra Carlo stole second. So now you've got Titans on second and third. And then this at bat becomes all the more important. That one's up high. So the count is now 1-1. And Heather, like we talked about, this is where you really got to dig deep if you're Macklin and show what you're made of, because you've already given up one run. Want to definitely stem the tide here if you can. That one's low.
Yeah, I agree. She came at her first with that strike. That was a good pitch.
Wind up in the pitch. That one's fouled back. So the count will go to 2-2. 2 outs. And boy, this is where you need Macklin's best pitch right here. See if she can get Ozenbaugh to chase something outside the zone. That one's popped up. Oh, popped up between the first baseman and the catcher, who both kind of look at each other and be like, hey, I thought you had it. No, you had it. And that's, I'm not, Heather, whose call is that?
I feel like the fielder coming in towards it is easier than the fielder going backwards.
Yeah, you're probably right. So a little bit of miscommunication there for the Bears, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. That one's up high. And if you're Macklin, you're like, hey, well, you're hoping to get out of the inning on that one. You kind of cut the tension with a knife right here, Heather, especially early in this ball game.
Yeah.
That one hit foul down the left field line.
And I said backwards. She's going this way. The one coming in towards the ball, I think, is easier. I shouldn't say backwards.
I think it's probably, in that scenario, it's probably easier for the first baseman to catch it than the catcher. But what do I know?
You know a lot. You're doing great.
Yeah, well, thank you. Okay, so that one is fouled back and out of play.
She's doing a nice job of protecting the plate.
No doubt. Leah's doing a great job. And so is Tatum in this scenario, bringing consistent pitches. So to set the stage, we're at 2-2 with 2 outs. That one's hit hard. Out to, oh, that is going to go down as a home run for Ozenbaugh. She hit that one to left center and absolutely crushed it. And so that will go down as a 3-run home run for Leah Ozenbaugh.
It was a nice hit.
That was a great hit there by Ozenbaugh, who touches them all, as they say. And boy, how big does that drop ball between first and center, or first and the catcher now look?
Big, because they're up 2 runs.
3 runs.
Well, we had 1 before.
Yeah, and now it's 4-0 Titans.
Oh, they got 3 there?
They got,
yes.
There was a runner on second and third.
You're right.
And it's amazing. You know, softball is a game of momentum. And boy, that was huge right there for Ozenbaugh over Macklin. That's going to bring up Keely Yelkin, who walked in her first at bat. She swung at the first pitch, so that's going to make the count 0-1. Got a short stoppage to retrieve a ball. All right, so to set the stage, we're at the top of the 3rd. 2 outs. Count is now 1-1. And if you're Macklin, you got to kind of flush what just happened, right?
Clean slate.
Yep, no doubt. Time to start anew and see what you can do. That one's going to be fouled down the left field line and out of play. And so the count is now 1-2 against Keely Yelkin.
You bring your best pitch here.
I think so too. Excuse me. And that one's a called strike 3, so that's going to go down as out number 3 here in the top of the 3rd, but not before Norris strikes for 4. And so we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Hello and welcome. You are looking live at the Blair U Softball Complex for this varsity game between the Blair Bears and the Norris Titans. Blair comes up to bat in the bottom of the third inning, trailing for the first time 4-0. So up to bat will be Lainey Brown, followed by Mia McLean and Caitlin O'Neill. That one hit hard down the left field line, curves foul. So Lainey in her first at bat had a single, but didn't score. She was stranded, if I remember right. And so now the count is 0-1. That one's up high for a ball. And I think this goes without saying, Heather. I think the Bears are definitely in for more of a fight than they got Saturday night and are going to really have to battle back in this spot.
Yeah, they're going to have to be selective at the plate, hit strikes, get base runners, and chip away.
Yep, for sure. And it's not going to all come normally at one swing, so you just got to keep being patient. That one hit hard. Right, nice hit there by
That's
Lainey
great.
Brown. That one's going to get all the way to the fence. Lainey's going to be in for a stand-up double. Nice piece of hitting there by Lainey Brown
Great way to lead off the inning, too.
to start this third inning. So nice job. And that's going to bring up Mia McLean, who walked in her last at-bat in the first inning. She along with Brown was stranded. That one gets away from the catcher, and the speedy Brown is going to get to third base. And so you like how this inning is shaping up.
I do. I was thinking bunt maybe, but now I'm thinking not. When you got a runner on third, no outs.
I was going to say, and especially as talented as McLean is, you might see if she can slap in this situation and poke one through. We will see what Coach Fangmeyer has dialed up in this spot. And I'm kind of excited, Heather. The sun is trickling beneath the trees over there. Oh, look at that. That was a swing and a miss. So it looks like Coach Fangmeyer was thinking along the same lines of having McLean swing away. The count now is 1-1. That one's low and away for a ball. The Norris faithful didn't necessarily agree with that one, Heather, but I think it was the right call.
The umpire's been consistent in not calling those pitches.
Yeah, and that's all you can hope for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
Be consistent. That one's high. And so the count is now 3-1, and we are one pitch away from having runners on first and third. That one's swung on and fouled. Now we're going to have a full count for the junior Mia McLean.
Just need to work on protecting the plate until she gets a good pitch.
That's right. Just keep fouling away until you get one that you like.
That's
that
a good
one's
one.
There you go. Nice piece of hitting there by McLean, who gets a single, an RBI single for Mia McLean. That's a great piece of hitting there, where she found a pitch that she could do something with and did a great job. So that's going to bring up Caitlin O'Neill with the score now 4-1. Blair trailing.
No outs, so we're in a good position.
No outs with the speedy McLean on third or first base. That one's in there for a strike. That was a nice pitch there by Behrens, who really is, I'd say, he's done a pretty admirable job.
Yes. She's buckled down and done well.
Great pitch. Look at this. I think she's gonna beat it.
Yes.
Yeah, good job there by Caitlin O'Neill. That was a great pitch to bunt because it was slow. She could make sure she got the barrel on it, and did a nice job there by Caitlin O'Neill. So an infield single for Caitlin O'Neill. That's going to bring up Reagan Blattert, the cleanup hitter. And so way to respond for the Blair Bears right there. That one's up high.
The goal here would be to keep the ball on the ground, would be best. No line outs for double plays or pop-ups.
Yeah, no doubt. Good call. Because Blattert, she's got some speed herself. That one's hit hard, and it's going to get through. That's going to score Mia McLean easily. And so RBI single there for Reagan Blatter.
Now we're looking at 4-2, chipping away.
4-2. Yep. Boy, you couldn't have called it much better, Heather, in that the Bears needed to just settle down, take good swings, and good things were going to happen. So that's going to bring up J.C. Sheath, who struck out in her first at bat. That one's fouled off. So the count's now 0-1. But you're right, you've got no outs. And so you still want to be patient, right? And see if you can't trade places or drive in some runs right here if you can. That one's up high. So the count is now 1-1. And boy, the sun is now fully behind the trees here at the Blair U Softball Complex. That makes this vantage point a whole lot funner, doesn't it? Or a little easier.
A little easier, a lot easier. I guess
Yeah, for sure. So that's going to go down as a swing and a miss there for Sheath. So the count is now 1-2.
Just needs to protect the plate till she gets a good pitch.
Good point. And just see if she can't put something in play. Boy, good discipline there by Sheath to lay off on that one. So the count is now 2-2. Got no outs here in the bottom of the third. And it seemed like this game is humming along. And then all of a sudden, that one's fouled back. Yeah, because here we are about an hour into the game. And the third inning has proven to be pretty action-packed, Heather.
Yeah, keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, no doubt. That one's outside. Good piece of discipline there by Sheath to work to a full count. And so to set the stage, Blair is down 4-2. Full count here to Sheath, the senior catcher. Fouled that one back and kept the at-bat alive there for the Bears. And now that she maybe has some new life, let's see if she can't deposit one out in left field, just like Norris did.
Ooh.
That one's hit high and out to right field. And I can't see it, but she must not have caught it. So JC's going to get new life in this at-bat.
I couldn't tell if it went outside or if she missed it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. So, but either way, JC gets another crack at this. Barons gets the sign for the Titans. The wind up in the pitch. That one's a swing and miss for Sheath for out number 2.
Even though she didn't get on base or get a hit, that was good at bat.
Yeah, that was exactly right. So this is going to bring up Emmy Hall, the right fielder. Who grounded out to second base on her first at bat. That one's low. Good job there by the catcher to field that. And so that will make it 1-0 to the junior right fielder, Emmy Hall. That one swung on and fouled back. The count now goes to 1-1. That one's hit down the third baseline. Easy play for the third baseman to just step on the bag there at third for out number 2. So that'll go as a fielder's choice. And represent out number 2 here in the bottom of the third. So that's going to bring up Taylor Munger, who batted in the second inning, she grounded out, I believe, to the second baseman. That first pitch was in there for a strike, so the count is now 0-1 to Munger. That one's inside for a ball. We got a lot going on here, Heather.
Yes.
Got runners on first and second. 2 outs.
Munger up to bat. And a single here you would think certainly score 1-1. That one's up high.
We just need some contact.
Just some contact, that's right. And you know Barons would love to get the out right here if she could. That one's fouled by Munger. And the count is now 2-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Blair trailing 4-2. The windup in the pitch. That one, good job by Munger to hold off.
She did an excellent job. She wanted that. It almost looked like.
Oh, my gosh. All right, now we got 2 outs, full count. So it'll be interesting to see what Reese Barons brings to this spot. That one's hit.
Nice.
Lined it a single by Munger. That's going to score Reagan Blatter and move Emmy Hall over to third. So nice piece of hitting there by Munger, who gets the single, the RBI single for Taylor Munger. So good job by her. And that's going to push. That's going to push the score to 4-3. And that's going to bring up Tatum Macklin, who pops up and over by the third base line, or over by the third base fence, excuse me, and it falls to the ground for so that'll just be a strike. And it looks like the coach is challenging
I don't know
whether the third baseman made contact with the runner. The umpires confer and agree that there's no contact or no call there. So that'll just go down as a strike against Macklin. That one's in there for a strike. So that's now
base hit scores a run and really helps her out on the mound.
0-2 quickly here to Macklin. You'd have to imagine that Reese Barons is not going to give her anything to hit. Oh, that one swung on. And goes for out number 3 here in the bottom of the third, but not before Blair scores 3. And the Bears trail 4-3. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson & Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
Back here on BSDN Live to the varsity home softball game between your Blair Bears and the Norris Titans. We find ourselves in the top of the 4th inning with Norris leading 4-3. So the Bears did a nice job battling back after the Titans scored 4 in the top of the 3rd. And up to bat, we've got Ava Shutt. In her last at bat, she flew out to the shortstop. She was the one who hit the line drive to Caitlin in her last at bat. This one's hit sharply to third. Claire Anderson fields it, guns it over in time. So nice job there by Anderson to get the out. And so that's going to be out number 1. So good job there by Anderson. Good job there by Blatter to get the out on the high throw.
Good pitch.
That one's a great pitch by Macklin.
And the Bears did a good job of getting the first out.
No doubt, no doubt. And so that's going to go down as a strike. Kinsey Siebold is the batter. That's strike number 2. And isn't it interesting, Heather, how momentum can play a role either positively or negatively, depending on the situation. That one's hit sharply back to the pitcher, Macklin. She fields it. And so that's going to be out number 2. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Marley Pavelka, who got a hit to right field in her last at bat. If you remember, she was the one who hit it off the fence
to start their scoring
run. That's exactly right. And it was kind of a similar situation where she was the third person up to bat that inning and hit a long fly ball that got past Hall, and she was on her horse and I believe got a triple. Nice pitch there by Macklin. And so the count is now 0-2 to Marley Pavelka.
Wonder if you come in high here.
Boy, I don't know. Maybe you're in the wrong industry, Heather, but that was a good call. That's exactly what Macklin brought in that situation. Now let's see if she can't finish her off right here. Ooh, that was a little low. It's going to make the count 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That one's fouled off and out of play down the third base line.
Both are doing a good job battling.
Yeah, no doubt. Macklin gets the windup, the pitch. That one's hit. Hit hard, but nice job tracking it there by London Larson for the out. So that'll go down as out number 3 in the top of the 4th. With Norris still leading 4-3. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. You are looking live at the Blair Youth Softball Complex, where we've got this tight ball game between your Blair Bears and the Titans of Norris. Norris currently leading 4-0. The up to bat will be the number 9 hitter, London Larson, followed by the top of the order, Lainey Brown and Mia McLean. And we'll see if the Bears can't get the lead in this situation. So that one's in there for a ball. And Heather, we're already halfway through this game.
Yeah, it's gone fast.
It really has. That one's hit down the first base line for a foul. And so that'll go in as a strike. So the count is now 1-1 to the junior left fielder, who had a nice play in that last the bottom or top of the 4th. That one's fouled off her bat. It'll go in for a strike, so that now makes the count 1-2. And I don't know exactly what happened there, but it almost like that one went off the butt of her bat. That one swung on and missed by Larson, so that'll be a strikeout for Reese Behrens. And by my count, that's strikeout number 3 for the senior Behrens. That's going to bring up Lainey Brown, who on the day is 2 for 2. She had a single in the first, a double in the third. And we'll see if she can't get some more. Another hit right here. So that one's in there for a strike. But the fact that Brown's hitting close to 600 is really quite impressive.
It's very impressive. Every team would want a number one hitter.
That could hit like that.
Yes.
That is exactly right. And I'd have to give a lot of credit to her parents, Brian and Ashley Brown, for all of their years, I'm sure, working with her, all of the coaching that she's had over the years. Because clearly she didn't do it on her own. But a lot of credit to her entire family for the work that Brown's doing this year. That one's hit. And that's going to, look at that. That's another base hit right on cue for Brown. So that'll be a single for Lainey, who does such a nice job getting on base and setting the table for those behind her.
And she's fast. Will she steal a base here?
You know, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I've not really paid a whole lot of attention to the throwdowns by the catcher, but you bring up an interesting point, especially being down a run. I think the Bears have to stay aggressive on the base paths.
Agree. And then you get out of a force play if she gets to second.
That one's hit hard by McLean, and that one dropped. So, boy, Brown had to kind of hang up right there to see if that one was going to be caught. But nice hit there by McLean, who kind of slapped at the ball and still had enough power to get it out to left field. So nice job. Got it all the way to the fence. So that'll go down as a single for McLean.
And I think Laney's base running was right there. You want to make sure that doesn't get caught.
Yep, for sure. And so that's going to bring up Caitlin O'Neill, who singled in her last at bat. That one hit hard. Nice job there by Caitlin. That's gonna bring in the Speedy Brown to tie this ball game at 4. Nice piece of hitting there by Caitlin O'Neill. Nice job there. So that's going to go down as a single and an RBI. And so the Bears battle back here in the bottom of the 4th. Now let's see. There's only one out, so we'll see if they can't tack on another run right here. That one swung on.
Great piece of base running
Nice
there.
piece of base running there by McLean and O'Neill, where it was a pass ball, and McLean went. So she swiped. She was going to steal the base. There was kind of a delayed throw down by the catcher, and unless you're on top of your game, you're not going to catch McLean in that situation. So nice piece of base running by the Bears, and so to Blatter, the count is now 0-2. But a hit here would certainly score 2 runs. And boy, this would be huge for the Bears if they could take the lead right here. That one.
Catcher did a great job.
Yep, did a nice job there of blocking the ball.
We just need a base hit here.
Yeah, no doubt. And so the count is now 1-2 against Blatter. That one hit hard, but down the left field line.
She was in front of that one, wasn't she?
No doubt. She wanted to crush that one. And the patrons over there on the third baseline had better watch out because that one was coming in hot. That one hit hard. Nice job there by Blatter, who delivers in the clutch. Gets a single that just goes right past the third baseman and has a stand-up double. Nice job there by Blatter. Coming through in the clutch. Nice job. So she's going to get an RBI double right there. Going to drive in both McLean and O'Neill. And now the Bears take a 6-4 lead. So nice job. That was a really good at bat. And boy, they call that third base the hot corner for a reason. I think that was all that the third baseman could do to just kind of protect herself, let alone.
And I think it hit her hand.
Did it?
I think that's why he's out there visiting, is because I think she was tightening in her hand, so I think it did.
Okay. Well, Good piece of analysis there. Thank you, Heather.
Not really.
No, that was good. So head coach Kyle McMurray out to talk to his team, see if he can't settle their nerves. And up to bat is going to be J.C. Sheath, who thus far today has struck out twice. We'll see if J.C. can't put one in play right here, because that would probably score a run. That one's just outside, so that's going to go down as a ball. And you love the resiliency here by the Bears. Put a little bit of shadow of a doubt in these Norris Titans a little bit.
Right.
All right, so that one is in there for a strike, and the count is now 1-1 to the senior catcher, J.C. Sheath. The windup and the pitch, that was a changeup that didn't hit. So Sheath did a good job laying off. So the count is now 2-1. And there's only one out here. So all right, so that's a foul ball by Sheath. If you're Blair, you'd sure love to have add an insurance run right here if you could.
For sure.
That one's just outside, so that's going to make the count full. Here to J.C. Sheath in the bottom of the fourth inning. Blair leading 6-4. That one's up high, and that'll go down as a walk for J.C. And that's going to bring up Emmy Hall with runners on first and second.
And only one out still, right?
And only one out.
So
Reese Behrens gets the sign. That one's hit out to center field. Caught by the center fielder cleanly, so that's going to be a out number 2 for the Blair Bears.
She did a good job of staying with that and going back on that. She had to go a ways.
Yeah. Good call. So that's going to be out number 2. That's going to bring up Taylor Munger, who flew out and in her first at bat and got a single in her second. That one's in there for a strike against Munger. And if she were to get on, the Bears would have sent 8, or she's the 7th batter this inning that's gone up to bat. That one's in there at the knees for a strike. And so the count is now 0-2 against Munger. That one's up high.
I like the pitch call there.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
So the count is 1-2. Wind up in the pitch. That one's low. So that's going to make the count 2-2 against Munger. And boy, I love how the Bears are working the count against Reese Behrens. She's thrown a lot of pitches, and they've fouled a lot back.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's going to set the stage for some big things in these later innings.
Yeah, she's had to work for him, that's for sure.
No doubt. And, here we are. It's almost 8 o'clock local time. That one's fouled back. There's still another 3 innings to go. And then hour and a half, 2-hour drive for these folks from Norris. It's going to be kind of a late night, especially on the first day back from from a long weekend.
For sure, yes.
That one's fouled back.
It's a good at-bat. She's doing a good job fouling him off.
Absolutely. Doing a good job staying alive right here. So we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. And that's going to go down as a... infield single. Nice job there by Munger to put the ball in play. And that was a deep hit or it was a deep shot, I guess deep grounder, if you will, to the shortstop. And Munger did a nice job legging that out. So that will go down as an infield single for Munger. And that's going to bring up Tatum Macklin, who will be the ninth batter in this inning, with the bases loaded here in this spot.
And 2 outs.
That one's popped up, and that'll be out number 3, but not before the Blair Bears score 2 in the bottom of the 4th. To the 5th we go, with Blair leading 6-4 here on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
And you are looking live at the Blair U Softball Complex for this home varsity game between your Blair Bears and the Titans of Norris. Up to bat as we transition to the 5th inning is going to be Reese Behrens for the Blair Bears. They made a pitching change and brought in Abby Leggett, who did a masterful job in that game on Saturday, getting the win against these same Norris Titans. So that first one is in there for a strike. And what a luxury it is that the Bears have, that they can. Oh, that one's hit to right for a single. Hall came up throwing, and it went off of Bladard's glove. But that's going to go in as a single for Reese Behrens.
I like the effort to try to get the out at first.
Yep. So that'll go down as a single. And that's going to bring up Liv Mackey, who had a triple in her last at bat. That one's popped up, out of play. And the count goes to 0-1.
Did they put a pinch runner in? Is 13 a pinch runner?
You know what? That's a good call. So I think Hayden Shubkegel is now running for the pitcher. So thank you for that, Heather. That one's a ball. And so the count is now 1-1. And the Titans, knowing that they've got three more innings, got to try to bring it right here. That one's in there for a ball. So the count is now 2-1 to Liv Mackey. That one is hit foul. Well, just slice foul there at the end. Where I was going, though, Heather, is just this week, both Abby Leggett, the pitcher, and J.C. Sheath, the catcher, were named team captains for the Blair Bears this year. Both seniors, both very much deserving of that opportunity.
Oh, great pitch.
Nice job there by Leggett for strike number 2 against Liv Mackey. She did a good job of pulling the string and delivering that changeup there. So nice job. That one's hit up the middle. Going to be fielded by Caitlin O'Neill, or excuse me, fielded by Mia McLean. Tossed over to Caitlin O'Neill for the out. So nice piece of fielding there by the Bears for out number 1. And so Liv Mackey is aboard with a fielder's choice. Now up to bat is going to be the number 3 batter, Myra Carlo.
Another pinch runner.
Another pitch runner, okay.
Number 6.
Kylie Rowland.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. And so now we've got 1 out. But that's going to send Rowland to second base on the steal. JC did a good job of blocking that one, but it still scooted away, which allowed for the Norris base runner to make it to second. And so Titans now with 1 in scoring position. That one's up high. And so the count is now 2-0 to Myra Carlo. And this is kind of danger time here for the Blair Bears. You don't want to mess around and get a bunch of Titans on base. That one swung on, fouled back. So the count is now 1-2.
Craig, the umpire's done a nice job of being very consistent. He hasn't wavered. He's kept his strike zone pretty consistent the whole game, which is good.
Oh, boy, that was close. So that's going to go down as a ball right below the knees. And so the count is now 3-1. And if you're Leggett, you got to have your best pitch right here. That one's popped up and gonna drop right beyond the outstretched arms of Caitlin O'Neill. So that's going to go down as a single for Carlo. And that's going to advance the pinch runner Rowland to third base. And so this is going to bring up Haley McMurray. What do you think? Would you bunt right here, Heather? I probably would.
Would you? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know you're not going to, they're not going to throw down to second. And now a bunt puts even more pressure on the defense right here. So that one was called for a strike to Haley McMurray, who's flown out to the shortstop and flown out to first base in her last 2 at-bats. That one's up high. But yeah, I don't know. If I'm the coach, I maybe try to put some more pressure on the Blair Bear defense.
For sure.
And just see if they can get the out. And if I've got faith in my third runner on third base, maybe you can try and score. But now the bunting has been taken off the table with her swinging away there. So the count is now 1-2 to Haley McMurray. We'll see if Leggett can get her out right here.
That's a great pitch.
I've been impressed with Leggett's off-speed pitch. She's done a nice job keeping good command of that.
The way the defense is set up, it looks like we're going to go for the run at first, or get the out at first.
Yeah, you know what, Heather? That's why you get paid the big bucks, because that's a very good observation, right? Because you're right, they're not playing up, they're playing back to be able to field the ball and get the out. And I suppose with a 2-run margin of leading, that probably makes sense. Oh, swing on and miss on what I would have perceived to have been a ball.
I think
So
so
that
too.
was very fortunate to get the strikeout there for Haley McMurray. So that's out number 2 for the Blair Bears. That's going to bring up Leah Ozenbaugh, who in her last at bat had a 3-run home run and also had a single. So she's 2 for 2 on the day here, Heather.
That's a good pitch.
That one's in there for a strike. And you can kind of feel the tension right here in this spot.
Mm-hmm. I think you keep coming at her with that same pitch.
That one's outside for a ball. And so, Heather, can you explain to the audience why that changeup is so hard to hit?
Because it's off speed, and usually you're looking to drive the ball, and you got to stay back, and it's not easy to stay back.
That's right. That's right. They want to clobber it, but you have to be patient, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that one was hit the corner. So now the count is 1-2 to Leah Ozenbaugh, the number 5 batter in the lineup for the Norris Titans. Oh, she wanted to go for that, but she had some restraint, so that'll be go in for a ball. And now we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th, 2 runners on. And we'll see what Liggett has up her sleeve right here. That one's popped up, called by the first baseman Blatter, who catches it. And Blair is out of trouble in the top of the 5th to the middle of the, now to the bottom of the 5th we go with Blair leading 6-4 on BSDN Live. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning here on BSDN Live. I'm Craig Houghton. This is Heather. I'm with Heather Tupa in her second game ever. So, Heather, thank you again for being here tonight and working with me. We are now at the bottom of the 5th inning. Up to bat is going to be the number 9, the number 1, and the number 2 batters for the Blair Bears. And so we've got up to bat London Larson, who tried to bunt the ball in that situation. Count is now 0-1. She offered at it again, so that's going to be strike 2. And now she's going to have to swing away here with 2 strikes. That one's outside. And so now the count goes to 1-2 against the junior left fielder, London Larson. Good eye. And I must say, I'm pretty impressed with Reese Baird. I think she's done a nice job in the circle here tonight for the Titans. That one's fouled down the first base line by Larson.
And you said you didn't see her Saturday, right? It was a different pitcher?
That was a different pitcher, yep. So I'm not a big believer in moral victories, but if you're the Titans, you got to be pleased that you've kept it more of a ball game tonight than it was the other night. That was a ball. And so now the count is full. That one's fouled back.
She's doing a good job protecting the plate.
Yes, she is. And nice job of Larson there, drawing the walk. So that will bring up Lainey Brown, who by my count is 3 for 3 on the day. She's had a single, a double, or 2 singles and a double, and probably inching closer to that 600 mark with her successful night tonight. That one's hit hard. Boy, she just about took Reese Barron's face off with that hit. But Reese looks like she's okay.
She did a great job staying with it because that is a shell shocker because that came right at her pretty hot.
And that is a telltale reason why they wear those face masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because holy cow, that thing came off like a rocket.
Well, I think she's holding her glove hand even. Like,
Yeah, no doubt. That was a hard hit, but it looks like she's going to tough it out. And so nice job there by Reese Barons to stay in the game and to keep working here in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to bring up Mia McLean, who's got a walk and 2 singles tonight. So she's had a pretty successful night herself.
well, Lainey did advance the runner. So out of that, the runner got to second.
Yeah. And boy, if she had caught it, that probably would have been a double play.
Mm-hmm.
That one's in there for a strike.
Base hit here would score 1 probably.
For sure. Wind up in the pitch. That one's up high for a ball. So the count is now 1-1. And so, Heather, in this situation, the mentality, what would be the mentality of the Bears here? See if you can tack on a few insurance runs?
Yeah. I think so. Base hits, base hits, base hits.
Amen. Yep, that one's outside for a ball. It's going to make the count 2-1. That one hit hard out to the center fielder, so that's going to be a fly out to center for McLean for out number 2. But she made solid contact, and that's really all you can ask for.
For sure, and it was just right to the center fielder.
Yeah, boy, she didn't have to move hardly at all, did she?
No.
And so this is going to bring up Caitlin O'Neill. She flew out and had 2 singles on the night. And
Last at bat, she had that nice bunt, right? Or was that?
Yeah, that's boy, good memory. That's exactly right. It was an infield single. Yeah, an infield bunt is what it was.
Or was that 2 times ago? I think it was last time, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yep. She got kind of a change-up. That one's low. So the count is now 1-1 to Caitlin O'Neill. And the heart of the lineup for the Bears is really produced tonight. Between Brown, Macklin, and O'Neill. They've done a nice job at the plate.
We did kind of have a slow start, but we did dial it up when we really needed it.
That's exactly right. Yep. And I don't know about you, Heather, but I enjoy being here. Softball's one of my favorite sports, especially when it's played at a high level like this. Sure is a lot of fun to watch and have the privilege of calling. So that gets away from the catcher, and that moves the speedy Larson over to third.
I agree. It's fun to watch. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of dynamics to it that you don't realize.
Absolutely. So let's see if Caitlin O'Neill can put one in play. That one's fouled back and out of play. So the count will remain 2-2. I think an insurance run right here would be huge, wouldn't it?
Yes, I agree.
Time called by the home plate umpire. O'Neal settles in. That one's high. And so the count is now full. For Caitlin O'Neal. Bottom of the fifth, runner on third. Behrens gets the wind up, the pitch. That one's fouled off and down the third base line. Heather, I don't know about you, but I think the mosquitoes are starting to come out.
I agree. Kind of buggy.
Yeah. But I guess it is that time of year, right?
A little breeze would help, but it's not. It's still perfect. It's a nice night.
Yeah, I was going to say, we couldn't have asked for much better. That one's up high. Nice job of restraint there by O'Neal to take the walk and get on base. That's going to bring up Reagan Blatter. Who Reagan ground out, got a single and a double. Nice job taking it there by Blatter. So she's hit by pitch to load the bases for J.C. Sheath. And so now that brings up an interesting spot here for the Bears, who could blow this game right open here with one swing by the powerful catcher Sheath. The score for those at home, it's 6-4 Bears. Bottom of the fifth, 2 outs. That one's popped up and out of play. Got strike one there for, or against Sheath, who struck out twice and walked. That one's popped up to the second baseman and caught for out number 3 here in the bottom of the fifth. To the 6th inning we go with Blair leading 6-4 here on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
Welcome back here on BSDN Live. We're coming to you live at the bottom of the 6th, this varsity girls softball game between the Norris Titans and your Blair Bears. I want to take a second to thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's live coverage on BSDN Live and all season. It's our privilege to bring you the game tonight. It's been a back-and-forth battle with Blair currently leading 6-0. Up to bat for Norris will be their number 6, 7, and 8 batters as they try to chip away at this 2-run deficit. If you're Blair, you want to see if you can get out of this inning 1, 2, 3. In the circle for the Bears is Abby Liggett. That first pitch is in there for a strike against Keely Yelkin. And Abby seems to be in a real zone right here.
Yes.
Hope I didn't just jinx her.
I think that's the first off-speed pitch that hasn't worked for her tonight. She's
Yeah,
been
that's right.
really, really good at those tonight.
No doubt. And so Yelkin on the day has walked and gotten a single. That one's outside for a ball. And you know what? I'm pretty proud of the Blair faithful. A lot of them have stuck around here on this beautiful night at the Blair Youth Softball Complex. That one's hit hard past the diving arms of Caitlin O'Neill for a single. Nice piece of hitting there by Keely Yelkin. So that'll go down as a single for her. And the first batter is aboard here in the top of the sixth for the Titans, who really, you could say they're down to their final 6 outs. And so they really have to come out swinging and battling to try and get back in this game.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to bring up Ava Shutt, who has flew out and ground out. She's bunts that one. Oh, and that one is sailed there by Anderson down to right field. And so now that'll go down as an error on the third baseman for the Bears. But nice job there by Emmy Hall to back it up and to prevent the run from going in. So that's going to put 2 Titans on base on second and third. And that's going to bring up Kenzie Seabrand. We'll also see Marley Pavelka. And then we'll go to the top of the order in Reese Behrens. Coach Fangmeyer, I think, does a nice job here going out to settle the nerves of her infield and help remind them that, hey, you still are ahead. You still need to play with poise and composure in this situation. And so the girls are talking amongst themselves, encouraging each other, and we'll get back to it. So now up to bat is going to be Kenzie Seabrand. She's ground out twice in her 2 at-bats. And we'll see what Leggett has up her sleeve right here. She squares to bunt. Boy, and everybody was moving there.
Yes, and that's a strike because it was a foul. So.
Yep, no doubt. So that'll be make the count 0-1 to Seabrand. And it'll be interesting to see if they try to bunt here again. If I'm Norris, I probably do. Put the ball in play and make the defense get the out. That one's hit high to left field. That one's dropped. And that's going to bring in 2. And Seabrand gets a triple out of the deal because she kept running even though there was a play at the plate, and she ties this ball game. Wow, nice hit there by Seabrand, who the left fielder Larson was kind of in no man's land there again. It looked as if she was headed towards the line, but the ball kind of tailed off to our right, her left, and fell in for a single, or fell in, for the hit, and scored 2. So Seabrand came through with a 2 or an RBI triple in that situation.
We have no outs and a runner on third.
That's right. And so it's danger time here for the Bears, who are going to have to find a way. That one's in there for a ball. So this is just what the doctor ordered for the Titans of Norris, who would love nothing more than to come back and steal this one from the Blair Bears. That one's in there for a strike.
Is this their 9-hitter?
It is.
She's got the 2 or 3 hits on the day, doesn't she?
Yes. Two hits, actually. Yep. That one's fouled back. And the count is now 2-2 to Marley Pavelka. No outs. Top of the 6th. Runner on third. That one's right up the middle for a single. RBI single for the number 9 hitter. And that will go down as an RBI single and will push Norris's lead to 7-6. Nice piece of hitting there by the number 9 batter for the Norris Titans.
Great placement up the middle.
Oh, man. Sometimes, it's a game of inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is.
So nice job. Hey, nice throw there by J.C. Sheath to throw out Pavelka. So that's going to go down as out number 1 of the 6th inning.
That's a big out.
That was a big out. That's the first one. So hopefully that will start a positive trend for the rest of the inning. But that's going to bring up Reese Barons, the pitcher. That first pitch was a ball. That one's in there for a strike. And so the count is now 1-1. And Norris has done a nice job in their half, battling back in this top of the 6th inning. That one's in there for a ball. And so now the score is 7-6. Leggett gets the sign. The windup in the pitch. That one's a ball. Rolls across the plate. So that's ball number 3. And the count is now 3-1. And so what an interesting turn of events, Heather, in this inning. That one's hit hard out to the center field, or out to the right fielder. And that one's gone by Reese Barons, who goes yard for a solo home run. Wow, what a hit.
That was a great hit.
Yep. So that'll be a solo home run for Reese Barons. And boy, they have charged back in this 6th inning. Because when she first hit that, I didn't know that was necessarily gone.
I couldn't tell either.
But boy, it just kept carrying, and was out of there. And so that's 1 out. The score is now 8-6 Titans. You've got the number 2 hitter, Liv Mackey, up, who got on board via fielder's choice in her last at bat. That one's up high for a ball, so the count is now 1-1. Leggett gets the sign. The windup in the pitch up high for a ball. And Leggett, in my mind, just needs to kind of settle down right here. Trust the process, trust your mechanics, the fundamentals that you've drilled in over the years. Boy, that one's hit like a laser, too. Hit off the fence in center. And she's in for a double.
It's a good play.
Boy, that one was hit hard by Liv Mackey. And it looks as if we're going to have a courtesy runner. I can't see, number 6. So that's going to be Kylie Rowland, who will be the pitcher in this scenario.
Craig, I think it'd be a good time for one of the Bears to go over and talk to their pitcher, since Coach Fangmeyer's already been out to try to settle her down and regroup. And
yeah, because aren't you limited to a certain number of those
before you have to take her
out? That's actually a really good idea. That one's in there for a strike.
Because she has been out there once this inning, right?
Yeah, she has.
Yes, that's what
so
I was
this is
thinking.
going to bring up Myra Carlo.
It's a great pitch.
That one's in there for a strike. Nice job there by Leggett to record the second out, or second strike, excuse me. Hopefully the second out right here.
Agree.
That one hit hard up center Brown's fielding it. She throws in, and you know what? Prevents the runner from scoring. But that's another base hit there by Myra Carlo. And that's going to bring up Haley McMurray.
Yeah, and those up the middle hits, there's really nothing you can do.
Right.
As a defensive person, you know, there's just the right place.
Yeah, the one thing I did like there was Laney came up. She knew the situation, and she came up firing, and she prevented the run right there. So nice job there by Brown, making her presence felt in the outfield. But the Bears really need to buckle down here because we've now got the number 4 hitter, Haley McMurray, up to bat. She struck out in her last at bat. That one in there for a ball. That one's hit. Foul. Wow. That could have been foul by much more than a couple feet down the third base line.
Nope.
But fortunate for the Bears that it was a
And
foul.
it was hit pretty hard, too.
Yeah, that probably would have been a multiple base hit right there, I'm sure. And so to set the stage, we're at 1-1. The number 4 batter, Haley McMurray. Pitching for the Blair Bears is Abby Leggett. Runners on second and third for Norris. That one hit hard to center field, and that one's out of here. Wow. Norris has definitely brought the long ball today.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That was a bomb to straightaway center for Haley McMurray. So that's a 3-run home run for McMurray. Wow.
Pitching change.
And pitching change. So now we're going to see Tatum Macklin re-enter the ball game.
Isn't that unusual how softball you can re-enter, but baseball you can't?
Yeah, wild. And so that was some pretty impressive hitting there by Norris. And now they've come alive in their dugout. So isn't it amazing how when you score some offense, how that can really fire your team up. So as mentioned, Macklin re-enters the game. And she finds herself in an 11-6 hole here in this varsity softball game. And it's interesting, you know, when you think back to Saturday, the score was about the inverse of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that Norris would love nothing more than to stick it to Blair, especially on their home field. That first one's in there for a ball. And this is going to be Leah Ozenbaugh. She's the number 9 batter of the inning. So Norris is just about batted around. That one's in there for a strike.
When did we have the air? Was it in the middle of the inning?
Yeah, yes it was.
Or the middle of the batting order?
That one's up high for a ball.
And after that, they put a lot of great hits together.
You are exactly right. And it's amazing how one turn of events, positive or negative, can really have a snowball effect on the rest of the game, can it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yep. And so the count is now 3-1. There's a good pitch. So we now got a full count. We need Macklin's best pitch right here. Oh, she delivered. It was just fouled back. There by Leah Ozenbaugh. This has turned into a long inning, Heather.
Yes, you're right.
It's 8:36 local time. And I didn't keep track of when this inning started, but they've scored a lot of runs thus far this inning.
They have, yeah.
Because by my count, I think it was
6-4.
6-4, and so they've plated 7 in this inning, or this the top half of the inning. That one hit hard to the shortstop. Caitlin O'Neill fields it, throws it over to Blatter for the out. So that'll be out number 2.
It's a good job on Macklin coming in and getting the first batter.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. That's going to bring up Keely Yelkin, who started off this inning with a single. And if you're Norris, you sure love batting around in this spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fouled back. The count is now 1-1 to Keely Yelkin.
Good pitch.
That's a great pitch there by Macklin. Changeup that caught the outside corner. The count is now 1-2. Let's see if she can't get her out right here. There she goes. Good job. So that's going to go out as a strikeout for Macklin on Keely Yelkin, but not before Norris scores 7 runs to take an 11-6 lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. Welcome back to BSDN Live. You are looking live at this varsity softball game between the Blair Bears and the Norris Titans. We are at the bottom of the 6th with Blair currently behind 11-6. Up to bat for the Bears is going to be their number 6, 7, and 8 batters. That first one's up to Emmy Hall, who hit it to the shortstop, who had to move to her left and throw, but wasn't able to get Emmy Hall out at first. So we'll give her the single there. And she did exactly what you needed to do and get on base. So
Yes.
This is going to bring up Taylor Munger for the Bears. That one's in there for a strike. And so Barron's pitching with a 5-run cushion can definitely cut loose, right,
For
in this
sure.
situation and just throw strikes.
Low pressure for sure.
Yeah. That one's in there for a strike. And so now the count is 1-2. That one hit hard, and it goes in there for a single for Munger. And so now that is going to bring up Tatum Macklin.
It was a good hit up the middle.
That was a great hit. And so we're going to see a courtesy runner in Claire Anderson run for Tatum Macklin. And so now the Bears will have runners on first and second, with Tatum Macklin up to bat.
It's a good start to the inning for the Bears.
No doubt. And currently no outs.
Exactly probably what Coach Fangmeyer asked for, just base runners, good contact.
Absolutely. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, maybe? I'm not sure what the head coach, Kyle McMurray, we are going to have a pitching change. So we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live.
Thank you for being a part of BSDN Live coverage of the Blair Bears. We're proud to partner with many local businesses that are supporting all of the Blair School activities. Join us in thanking them as well. Awful Nice Guys Heating and Air Conditioning, locally serving Washington County for 25 years and counting. Find out more about Mike Beebe and the team at awfulniceguys.com. Memorial Community Hospital and Health System, serving Blair, Fort Calhoun, and Tacoma with continued expansion of services from birth and beyond. Learn more at mchhs.org. Woodhouse Auto Family, serving our community and the world with all of your driving needs. Search woodhouse.com. For real estate, nobody knows Washington County like WC Real Estate. Blair Eye Associates, Dr. Ryan Palmer. Jackson and Associates, Inc. RVR Bank for your local banking and wealth management needs. Balls Out Motors, Tax and Business Consultants, Turnkey Nerds, SEI Security Equipment, Inc., and Great Plains Communications.
And we are back here on BSDN Live. Craig Houghton along with Heather Tupa. We find ourselves in the bottom of the sixth with Blair trailing 11-6. Up to bat, we've got Tatum Macklin with 2 on, no outs. The new pitcher for the Titans is number 3, Embry Bedner. That first pitch is in there for a strike. And what a pressure-packed situation we find ourselves in, right?
For sure.
Knowing that the Bears have to produce, they're down to their final 6 outs. That one's up high for a ball. And so the count now goes to 1-1.
Just need some base hits.
No doubt. Just keep getting on board, right? However you can. The windup in the pitch. That one's inside. And so the count is now 2-1. Oh, 3-0, the home umpire says. So we'll go with what he says. That one fouled back.
Green light on 3-0.
Yeah, no doubt. 3-1. The windup in the pitch. That one hit to the shortstop, who quickly throws over to first for the out. So Macklin is the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. On the ground out to the third baseman. That's going to bring up London Larson, who walked, struck out, and ground out in her last 3 at-bats. These Bears have definitely got a lot of at-bats this game.
I think both teams.
That one is going to go in as a pass ball. Emmy Hall got on her horse and scored. So that's going to make the score 11-7. And also moves Claire Anderson over to third. So there's 1 out, 1 on, 1-0 count. Pressure pack situation right here. That one swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1. And so the Bears will be back in action on Thursday with another home game. I believe they play, I'll have to double check exactly who they play, but I think it's Gross.
I think you're right.
And we'll bring that game to you live on BSDN Live on Thursday as well. But better yet, if you're available, come on out and support the Bears. Count now is 2-1. And Heather, there's not a lot of home games this year, and the season goes by pretty quick. That one swung on and missed there by Larson to even the count to 2-2.
Well, after the storm, we're thankful for the home games we get, right?
Amen, sister. Yep, amen.
Because there was a possibility of not having games, right?
Not having any, so we're very fortunate. That one hit hard to left center. And that's going to drop for a double, a double for Larson. And that's going to score Claire Anderson.
So got 2 back right away. That's great.
Absolutely. And the score is now 11-8. You've got your best hitter in Lainey Larson, who by my count is 3 for 4 on the day.
Although her one hit that she got out on was a nice line drive to the pitcher.
Yeah, she's hit the ball hard every time that she's been up to bat. That one's in the dirt for a ball. And so by my count, this will be at bat number 5 for Lainey Brown. Bednar gets the sign. The windup in the pitch. That one's in close for a ball. Good snag there by the catcher to prevent the pass ball.
For sure.
Count is now 2-0. And we'll see if Brown can't make good contact right here. That one, wow. That one looked awful good to me, and the Norris faithful behind me seemed to like it, but it was a ball in the eyes of the home plate umpire, so the count is now 3-0.
Did she give her the green light here?
You know what? We'll never know.
I know, right?
We'll never know.
I would give Lainey the green light.
I would too, especially if you're batting almost 600. Absolutely. You've got the green light anytime. Okay, the count is now 3-1. Ball 4. Wow. Okay. So that's going to go down as a walk for Lainey Brown. And that's going to bring up the left-handed junior second baseman, Mia McLean. And so back and forth we go, Heather.
Right. And she's hit the ball well tonight, too.
She has. Yep, she absolutely has. We'll see if she can do some damage right here. Look at the infield shift already. Look at how open the center part of the field is.
Mm-hmm.
That one's outside. And so, if you're the Bears, maybe you just be patient with Bednar and you see what she's able to do in this spot. That one's up high for a ball. And as this game gets closer to 9 o'clock, we're getting close to my bedtime, Heather.
Me too.
Right?
I agree.
But we're excited to bring this varsity softball game to you live here on BSDN Live. Ooh!
That looked close.
That looked close to me, too. Wow. Okay, so now the count is 3-0. It's going to be ball 4. Wow. Okay. Now we've got ourselves a situation, right? You've got Bednar and a visit by Coach Kyle McMurray. What do you do here, Heather? You've got bases loaded full of Bears.
1 out.
One out.
You're still up 3 runs.
Still up 3 runs.
Maybe
Yeah.
you leave her in for another batter or 2.
I would. See what happens.
Yeah.
Looks like that's the call. Is McMurray's going to leave her in?
Craig, we could almost coach.
I was going to say, well, you could probably coach. And so you've got arguably one of your best hitters up to bat in a great spot right here, where you've got the tying run on first base with a chance to catch this game up in a hurry.
Hey, let's go. 3, you got it. Let's go now. You got it. Let's go. 3.
So Bednar gets the sign. The windup and the pitch. That one swung on and missed, or fouled back, excuse me, by the talented Caitlin O'Neill. Coach Fangmeyer offers her encouragement.
Caitlin on that one was ready to hit.
Oh my gosh, she was ready to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Counts 0-1, 1 out. And it hits her. So that's going to go down as an RBI and going to score London Larson.
The last game I did, she got hit twice.
Did she really?
Mm-hmm. She might
Okay.
have the most hit by pitch.
No doubt. And so that's going to bring up London Larson. Or, I mean, not London. That's going to bring up Reagan Blatter.
We're going to have a
And
pitching
Nick
change.
Murray comes in. We're going to have a pitching change. So we'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. And we are back here on BSDN Live. So Norris sub back in Reese Behrens to face Reagan Blatter in this situation. The situation is we're bottom of the 6th. Blair behind 11-9. 1 out. Count now 0-1. And so Heather pointed out during the break that this is the first time, or that either one of us have seen where both starting pitchers have been sub back in. I'm sure it's happened before, but just not very common, I don't think.
Or that I can remember. How about that?
Yeah, good call. So the count's now 1-1. That one's fouled back by Blatter. And so the count now is 1-2. We'll see what Blatter can do in this situation. That one swung on and fouled back. This game's taken a while, Heather.
It has, yes.
Yeah, we're going on 2.5 hours right now, and we still have an inning yet to play. Behrens gets the windup, the pitch. That one's fouled away there by Blatter.
She's doing a good job of staying with it, protecting the plate.
No doubt. I wonder if this isn't the time where if you're Norris, if you don't throw a changeup to see how patient she can be, but we shall see. Did I not call that?
You did. You called that.
Yeah, that one was low and away. So good job there by Blatter to pass on that changeup. Foul back. We'll see if Reagan can't get something to put in play. Because you've got the tying run on second base now. The go-ahead run on third. Fouled off of her head there. Good thing she's wearing a helmet, huh?
Yes. Well, and the masks, too.
And the masks. Back in the day, did you guys have to wear masks, Heather?
No, I don't think. No, we didn't
No.
have those.
That might have hurt. That one, last one could have hurt. Boy, fouled another one back. And I apologize to our audience. I'm not keeping track of pitches, but that's got to at least be number 6 or 7 for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Count is still 2-2. We've got Reese Behrens pitching to Reagan Blatter. And that one is swung on and missed by Blatter. So that'll be out number 2 for the Blair Bears. That's going to bring up J.C. Sheath. And J.C. is struck out twice and walked once, excuse me. She comes up here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one gets away from the pitcher. And that one's going to score Lainey Brown to take the score to 11-10. So good piece of base running there by all of the Bears to advance. One base.
She had a great jump once she saw that was going by, and in she was coming.
Yeah, no doubt. And if that, the reality is if that ball gets to the back, unless it's a perfect carom, the likelihood of getting somebody out is very, very small. And so now Sheath is up in this pressure pack situation. We've got 2 outs. Count is 1-1. You've got the tying run. I believe the score is incorrect. I believe it's 11-10.
That's what I thought too. But
that one swung on and missed.
yeah.
11-10. There we go. Okay, the count is now 1-2 for Sheath. Let's see if she can't get something in play right here. That one was at the hand, so nice job of Sheath laying off.
Well, and he hasn't called those all night, so.
Yeah, so I think the home plate umpire's done a nice job tonight, calling balls and strikes. Hit her hand, so that's a foul ball. That's some unfortunate luck. And that one definitely hit off of her hands, and a bit of bad luck there for JC because that would have been a ball, and the fact that it hit her. Wow, that one was called a ball, and so now we've got a full count, and boy, the Norris crowd does not like that one.
Yeah.
Hard. And that one's fouled back.
I do think he's been consistent.
I do too.
I mean, he hasn't called that all day. I don't know why.
All of a sudden it would be.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And, when you're looking at it from either a purple or a red perspective, amazing how you become slanted or jaded,
sure,
right?
For sure.
Okay, so this is going to bring up Emmy Hall, who has started out this inning. And so now the score 11-10. Emmy Hall up to bat. That one's in there for a strike. Well, these innings, Heather, have taken a while tonight.
They have,
Holy
for
cow.
sure.
Lots of pitches, lots of pitching changes. That one fouled back. And so now The count is 0-2 to Hall. We'll see what the sophomore or the junior right fielder can do right here. That one's outside, and boy, would you sure love a pass ball in this situation, right?
Yes.
So the count is 1-2. That one's hit hard by Hall, but right to the left fielder for the out. And so the Bears were going to strand 3, and we're going to go to the top of the 7th with the Norris Titans leading 11-10. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. And we are back on BSDN Live. Up to bat. Here we find ourselves in the top of the 7th with Tatum Macklin pitching. Number 1 is going to, or up to bat is going to be the number 7 batter, Ava Schmutt. That one's in there for a strike. And the count is now 1-1 to Ava Schutt. Ava on the night has flown out, ground out, and gotten a single by my count. That one's in there for a ball. Macklin gets a sign. She's ready to go. The windup in the pitch. That one hit sharply to the shortstop, Caitlin O'Neill, who fields it, throws out Schutt. So nice job there by the Blair shortstop on the ground out.
It's a good play. She stayed down on it and came up and.
That's going to bring up Kenzie Seabrant in her last at bat. She had a triple. That one's in there for a strike. And back and forth and up and down we go in this game, right, Heather?
Yes, it's keeping you on your toes.
No doubt. And, you know, it's interesting. We had a pretty slow first 2 innings, but then after that it's been a lot of action. So that one's off. Oh, that one's just outside the reach of Reagan Blatter, the first baseman.
I did appreciate there the catcher yelling, "You got room" there. That was good to let the first baseman know she had room for the fence.
Oh, yes. I didn't even hear that, so thank you. All right, so now it's 0-2. That one's up high. To Kenzie Seabrant. Tatum Macklin in the circle for the Bears. That one swung on and missed for a strikeout. So that's out number 2.
It's a great start.
Yep, that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Marley Pavelka, for the Norris Titans. That one's in there, swung on and missed for a strike. And Heather, you've got the number 9 hitter you really do not want to go back to the top of the order here, right?
Why?
You want to get this out at all costs right here. That one's swung on.
Oh,
and
that was a great
Anderson
effort.
did a good job sliding. Wasn't able to grab it, unfortunately. Darn it, popped out of her glove, but fantastic effort on her part to go after that. So nice job there by Claire Anderson. Well, that'll go down as a strike. And so the count is now 0-2, 2 outs.
Craig, I think getting the number 9 hitter out, she's a pretty good hitter.
Oh. Woo. That one was close. But to the home plate umpire's credit, that wasn't a strike the last inning, so therefore it shouldn't be a strike this inning either.
For sure.
That one's outside for a ball. And if you're Macklin, you're one pitch away from doing your job here in the 7th. And if you're Pavelka, you just want to keep extending this inning, right?
Yes. That's a
That
great
one's
pitch.
popped up. The second baseman, Mia McLean, grabs it. And so that's going to be out number 3 in the top of the 7th. To the bottom of the 7th we go with Blair trailing 10-11. We'll be back in 60 seconds on BSDN Live. And we are back for this exciting conclusion of this varsity softball game between the Blair High Bears and the Norris Titans. Up to bat for Blair will be the 7, 8, and 9 batters. Got Taylor Munger, followed by Tatum Macklin and Lyndon Larson. Then if they're so fortunate, Lainey Brown. The count now for Munger is 1-1. And Heather, if in this situation, I think all you want to do is try and get on.
Chip away.
Look at that one. That one's hammered, but it's going to slice foul down the right baseline. And so the count is now 1-2 to Munger. And so in the circle for the Norris Titans is going to be Reese Behrens to work this bottom of the 7th inning. That one's fouled back. Nice job there by Taylor to stay alive in this spot. See if she can't put one in play right here. That one swung on, and boy, Reese Behrens got her to chase one up high. It's hard to lay off those. And
You
so
like 'em.
Yep, that'll go down as a strikeout to start this bottom of the 7th inning. That's going to bring it up Tatum Macklin. And we'll see if she can't help her own cause right here. That was in there for a strike. And with every pitch, Heather, the Norris faithful gets a little louder. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they can sense this game is theirs to be had.
right.
That one's a ball.
And they got a long ride home.
No doubt. Here it's 9:15, and I think I got a 2-hour bus ride at least. You'd think, right?
At least, yeah.
That one's popped up, and that might drop. Oh, woo! Boy, that was like look what I came up with.
A popsicle.
No doubt. I think they call that a snow cone. So that's going to go as out number 2 for Tatum Macklin. And that's going to be a fly out to center. And that's going to bring up London Larson, who in her last at bat walked. She struck out. That one hit hard down the right field line. That's going to be trouble for the
Keep
Bears.
going,
And
keep
she's going to
going.
keep going. She's going to go all the way to third with a stand-up triple by London Larson. So great job there. Great piece of hitting. Now
Excellent.
you bring up the start of the start of your lineup, right? Wow, what an amazing hit there by London to hopefully start a 2-out rally.
How about a pass ball here, Craig?
Pass ball would work. Hit by pitch would work, right? And you've got your arguably your best hitter up to bat. This is all you could hope for if you're the Blair Bears.
No doubt.
Yep. And if you're Laney, you just want to see a pitch that you can hit hard.
If you're the other team, are you pitching to her?
Wow, he called that a ball.
Mhm.
Wow. You know what? I don't know, because behind her you have Macklin and then Caitlin O'Neill. So pick your poison here. That
Right.
one's up high. And so by my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be Laney's 6th at bat. Wow, in a 7-inning softball game, that's a lot of at bats. That one's going to be out of play down the right field line. The count is going to be 2-1. Okay. Well, this is where all of those at bats and all that working throughout the offseason comes into focus, right?
Right.
Especially this is. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so she kind of checked her swing. The home plate umpire appealed to the on-field umpire. He said she didn't go. So that's going to make the count 3-1. Boy, that could have very easily gone the opposite way. Oh, and that one's caught there by the first baseman to end the game. And so what a ball game, and what a unfortunate set of circumstances to end the game for the Blair Bears. But all in all, what a very fun and entertaining ball game, Heather.
Yes, it has been great. But in a positive note on this, if you play a team multiple times, you don't always want to win them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of teachable moments
For sure.
from today's game that, as these Bears grow up in front of our eyes, they will get better and learn from. And so to lose one, isn't the end of the world, but now you got to respond,
For
right?
sure.
And come back and be ready to go on Thursday. So on behalf of Heather Tupa, myself, and all the staff at BSDN Live, we want to thank our sponsors for all of their amazing coverage throughout tonight and all season. We'll be back on Thursday for the game against Gross. But this is Craig Houghton and Heather Tupa signing off on BSDN Live.